Testing. Hey, can somebody type in the chat if you can hear me or not? So far, I don't see any messages. Joe, are you in that, whatever that thing's called? I'm doing some sort of live YouTube thing. Or does everybody in the chat room hear me? Because that would be weird. I don't have the chat room button on. How in the world did you find me? I was just doing I've never done this before, and I thought I want to figure out how to do these. During the middle of the day, I could do some, I could do some trade recaps. I wonder if there's a link I can share on social media. Not for this one, because I don't know what I'm doing yet. Oh, okay. Thank you. I was wondering how that worked. Can you type in the YouTube live chat room? Is there a chat room over there? I mean, I've got a little chat window, but no one else is typing in it. I meant to type hello. I think the link is here. Guys, I'm just doing a test. Is that even a clickable link? It doesn't seem like it is. I don't think that link works. Yeah, I didn't either. Is that the link? Heck, as I'm projecting, I realized I just got filled on ADMP. All right, see if this works. It says 39 viewers. Let's see if anyone else shows up. Yeah, I'm projecting the screen on purpose. I'm just testing this. I just got filled at I put a bid at 480 on ADMP, trying to catch a bounce off the 520, and I just got filled while I'm goofing around on YouTube. I didn't think I was going to be trading this afternoon. Okay, 47. Can you guys type in that chat room over there? Am I the only one that sees the chat, or do you have to click a button to open the chat over there? I'm going to have to delete this when I'm done so people don't think this guy makes terrible videos. How come I don't see any typing over there? Somebody type something in the whatever that is, the YouTube live video. Oh, you have to log into YouTube to chat? Okay. All right, fair enough. Just experimenting anyway. This might be something I can use, though, during the middle of the day. Do some trade recaps. Yeah, I don't see anybody typing. Okay, so I can make them private and just put the link. I mean, heck, I could just use the chat room for that, though, too. I don't know. It's kind of a cool feature. Yeah, see, I don't see what you're seeing. I don't see anybody typing or where it says. But it's like I'm not seeing it on YouTube. I'm seeing it on Google Hangouts. I don't know. This is all way smarter than I am. That market's rolling over a bit. Okay. I had to log into YouTube. I see it now. I see the chat room.
CYH going to be held another block trade, 250,000. Okay, trades on CYH.
Okay. I had to log into YouTube. I see. That's lagging. All right, sorry guys. Anyway, this is just a test. Thought it would be fun to give this a shot, and I may start doing some midday recaps using this live as soon as I figure out how to do it way better than I'm doing here. These volume spikes I posted earlier really taken off. JMEI, really nice. ADMP right down here in the buy zone, kind of interesting. Nickel spreader, like I said, I had a bid at 480. Very small. But this volume spike kind of had me interested, and pretty clean flag down to 480, right down to the 520. I also mentioned the shape earlier. Look at this. In XON, when it looked like this, just below yesterday's low, I think, and look at that reversal. Amazing. Just wondering what that noise was. My dog's dreaming.
Hey, you okay?
She misses her mom. Any questions for me from my first YouTube live ever? Maybe my last. Also, something else to show you. Yeah, I had to log into YouTube to see the chat. Originally, I opened it in, I don't know, whatever it is called, Google Hangouts, which I don't know how that happened. And no one's typing in that. So, but if I use the link and logged into YouTube, I see some posts. Hold on, Maria. I got you. The link to my webinar last week. Actually, all of our webinars, let me try to find this chat again. All of our webinars are there, Maria. So when you're very bored, you can watch all of them. And if you notice the two different voices, if you watch the webinar and you think I sound way sexier than Wayne, it's 100% true. It's not just one of those things where you know sound is deceiving. It's 100% true. Melissa, I'm just messing around. I won't be doing this very often. No, I hope you enjoy the webinars and leave feedback. Wayne and I like to hear if people are enjoying it or not. And while I'm babbling on YouTube, I guess I'll look at a few charts. Oh, thanks, Maria. I appreciate that. Very slow day, guys. And I'll tell you, when did I say I was putting CYH on a chart looking for a pullback? I think it looked like this. And look at this thing. I know some of you traded it. I never, this is the only time it even came close to the 520. That is an impressive rally. Look at the daily. Anyway, some of you made money off it. I sure didn't. ZYNE curling back up. It'll be on watch on Monday. That's XII, another one I wanted to show you guys on the daily charts. Pretty interesting. Right down here in the buy zone, right? Retesting that $2 breakout area. If I were a swing trader, I might be nibbling some here, but as you guys know, I don't hold anything overnight. And it is curling up. Whoops, it is curling up a little bit. Let me try that again. Curling up a little bit and really held above 2. Very interesting daily there. I do, Jim. Is it Jim or JM? Oh, JM. I will take it, but I never take something right at the open. To me, that's a coin flip. I usually want at least 2 minutes to go by. And if I had to give you a scenario that I like to see, I like to see sellers come in. If I'm looking for a gap and go, I like to see sellers come in the opening couple minutes, and then I like to get long if those sellers fail. Does that make sense? So it takes all the guessing out of it. Doesn't mean it's going to work, but I'm not guessing, right? I know exactly where I'll get long. Anyone that just a stock gaps up, and we all see a gapping in the pre-market, and then they just jump in at the open, they're either two things. They're either guessing, or they're hoping that their membership is big enough that they'll push it up. So, if they're running a chat room, so they can sell into that initial push. Because I promise you, if you weren't, these guys that do that, if they didn't have a chat room with 500 or 700 people in there, and they just bought at the open, think about that. It's 100% coin flip. You have no idea if it's going to go up or down. The odds are a little bit better in your favor if you're telling 500 people who want to be rich, hey, I just jumped in this. The odds are a little bit better because more than likely they'll at least support it for you so you don't get your ass handed to you. Does that make sense? But I used to not trade the open at all. Now I love to trade in the first 15 minutes. You get some of the best moves. Oops. JMEI is still going. Anybody in our chat room get that when I mentioned the volume? I know I didn't call it. Contact Kathy for any hot com issues. There's her email address. Quick, for you people in the live chat on YouTube, can you just give me a Y or a yes if you guys can hear me okay? I'm just trying to test this to see if this is something I want to do on a regular basis. And if I do it again, I'll actually have a purpose. I'll actually be showing some charts and trades and so on. But can you guys hear me? Okay, thank you so much. Again, I apologize. I know this is just a goofy live stream, but I'm just trying to get a feel for this whole YouTube thing. All right, getting a call. Be right back. Yeah, if JM, if I had to follow up, sorry about that, a phone call. It would be kind of what I just said. I want to see sellers come in, and you're right. You get some of the biggest moves early, but you just can't roll the dice. You can't guess. So in short, I want to see sellers come in, and then those sellers fail fairly quickly. That's a brief way of putting it. XXII would have been an interesting nibble down here. Again, I'm not a swing trader though, guys. CY8 still going. Melissa, did you notice the stock market, no matter how much you make on a trade, will always find a way to make you feel stupid? That's funny. PF Flyers. We actually offer more than that. We pay all of our members $1,000 a day. Just seems like the right thing to do. Trading's dangerous. You want to make sure that they make a good living, even if they are losing money trading. Melissa created a YouTube channel in like 5 minutes. It's pretty impressive. Be looking for some dog videos. I'll probably quickly find out, or I'll quickly be reminded why I usually don't allow comments on my nightly videos, because I know me, and I know every once in a while I'd read them, and I know every once in a while there'd be, can I say asshole? Every once in a while there'd be an asshole on there, and then I'll end up getting into it with them, and so I just, you know what, a long time ago I decided I'm not going to allow comments. But these live videos, it should be some interesting stuff. I'm sure I'll have some of those folks show up. But on a boring day like today, that could be fun. All right, guys, we're down to almost the final hour. Yeah, I have a thought on JMEI. I wish I'd have taken it when I noticed the volume. That's my thought. I saw this volume spike here, and you could argue that it kind of flagged, and then would have been a nice little flag break right there. It's hindsight now. The daily's pretty impressive. Nice little kind of engulfing candle. But at this point, my only thoughts are, why didn't I take it? I was watching this one the other day when it looked like this. And it was trying to break out, and then it failed, and then today, boom, all at once. That's how the market does. Thanks, Melissa. Oh, I gotta watch my language. All right. VIX is at the highs. It doesn't bode well for the rest of the day. CVI just took a dive. I'm going to point out too, in case y'all didn't see it, Mylan, I mentioned the shape right here. Man, we have so many turns right in front of the half or right at the half. I actually got a little trade out of that bounce, but I'm not in it anymore, obviously. That was a nice shape play. XON was the best shape play bounce I've seen in a while. When you had the shape change down here, look at that bounce all the way back through highs. Anyway, I think I'm going to probably, well, I'll leave it on for a little bit more. But YouTube and then this Google Hangouts. Are blocking all of my charts, so I'm not used to this. Pretty sure I'm done for the week here as far as trading goes. Anybody have any questions on the YouTube end? I don't know if everyone in YouTube is already a member of our chat room and you're just hanging out in both spots. Against my better judgment, I'm going to tweet that I'm on YouTube Live. Drive a bunch of people over so they can hear me say nothing. It's brilliant, right? See if that works. Check on tops, TOPS. Well, it's my first time. I'm just experimenting with YouTube Live, but I may pop on here and do some midday stuff on a regular basis. We'll see. Up here in VST. JMEI still going. By the way, I hit out of, not that I'm telling anybody to, I hit out of ADMP. I made $55. So I can take a couple of you out to lunch if we go cheap. But when I saw the market rolling over and VIX hitting new highs and my week is almost over, there's no way I'm going to end my week on a red trade. So program that allows me to have multiple chart screen. Those are eSignal charts, but I mean, I would think any broker, you know, whatever broker I've had, I could create 10 charts on any broker. Although to be fair, on TradeStation, I'm not sure if I can break them out of the actual platform, but I can create like a new desktop. So, I mean, I think any broker, you could have as many charts as you want up. Yeah, TC2000 will do that as well, but these are eSignal charts. And if you notice, when and I know all of our members know this, but people on YouTube that aren't familiar with me might not. You notice I have this set up so like if I type in X in this big chart, you'll see this is a 5-minute chart. This also shows me the same symbol, 2 minutes, 15, 60s, and daily. So I only, you know, this is how I set up one of my screens because it gives me a lot of information about whatever chart I'm looking at in a very short period of time. So like VST, you can see where it looks like on 2s, 5s, 15s. 60s and the daily, right? You get that whole picture, and then this one up here is static. It's always SPY on a 5-minute chart. And I do recommend setting up at least one monitor like that, so you get a quick view of any stock you want to see, and you get all those different time frames right in your face. Tweet came through and I lost people, Melissa, so show you how powerful I am on social media. Pretty impressive strength in that Vonage lately. See the daily chart up here? Holding up well. Well, first of all, JM, you have to know, you can't just buy any whole number break. You can't just buy any breakout. But all of us have experienced breakouts failing. Any trade I take that I'm expecting, hey, if this gets to this price, it should give me some volume and, start to get a volume and a push higher. I always scale out some quickly because then I'm sitting on free shares on the rest as long as I manage, and go to basically a break-even stop after that. So I always teach defense first. I mean, that is almost the entire theme of our trading course is defense first. And that alone has turned many traders around once they learn to emphasize that first. And I have hundreds of emails to verify that. It's really, really easy to get excited to think, I'm going to take this huge, and without any thought to, hey, it might not work. But when you do that and you get away with it, the market will get that money back tenfold because you're just reinforcing bad habits. So it always has to be defense first. And then obviously you've got to learn A+ setups so you know what stocks to get in at exactly what point. So you should be green right away. And even when you're wrong and you're not green right away, that's a beautiful indicator too, because then you say to yourself, well, my thesis was, right, it should break out here, and it didn't. I'm not going to hang out more than about 3 more seconds. So it's really important to me. A lot of people don't give enough emphasis on timing your entry. Timing my entry is a huge portion of it because it takes a lot of the other troubles that traders have out of the equation. You just take a random entry and then it falls against you, and then what do most people do? Well, maybe I'll just buy more. I'll average down. And that never ends well. So timing your entry is something I think most people don't realize how important that is as a day trader. And remember, I'm only talking about day trading. I don't swing trade. I don't invest. I'm a day trader. HZMP, nice pop here. ADMP looks pretty good. I don't think it's triggered on 15 since the big run. I kept thinking this thing might end up breaking out through 5 before the end of the day. Here's the daily. It's a little extra volume today, and you've got the whole number 5. I mean, if the market closed right now, this would definitely be on watch tomorrow. Again, I'm not in this anymore, but it's kind of a clean flag right into the 520. If it gets back up through 490. This might just ended up breaking out through 5 before we've got about an hour left still. The closer you get to the closing bell and stuff like this holds up, the better, the better your odds of a late day run because shorts start to give up if it holds up well. First of all, Steve, to answer your question, I don't use any indicators. But I will say the confluence of things that I do watch does, the higher number of things that I'm watching that are meeting my parameters, the better. But I don't use any indicators except for price, volume, support, resistance. If you watched any of my videos, I look for stacked catalysts, just above. But I'm not a fan of indicators. In my opinion, every indicator in the world is lagging. It all follows price. And so, yes, the more things that are lining up for me, to answer your question further, I would say probably the bigger size I'll take on that trade. On this ADMP, when I had a bid at 480, and I put my bid there when it looked like this. I thought, you know what, this 5.8 is probably, if this does keep grinding down, it's going to probably touch the 520 right around 480, and this is a nickel spreader too, so I had to go buy nickels. So I put a small bid there because I'm buying on the way down, and I got filled right there at 480, and that was so far the low of the pullback. But again, I'm already out because I'm running out of time. And so when I'm buying a pullback into what I call a buy zone after a strong move, I trade that way smaller than I trade a morning gap play where sellers came in the first couple minutes and it's turning, and those sellers are starting to panic, as it's going red to green. That I'll take with much more size. Yeah, I've never done well shorting strength like that either, Chris, and I almost never short anyway. But yeah, Weight Watchers is just great. Lumber Liquidators kept doing the same thing too. People kept trying to short it, and it kept going. But it's just, and you can make the same argument for Teva trying to buy weakness. I keep thinking this is going to turn one of these days, and it just doesn't want to. You're welcome, Steve. There is nothing even remotely interesting going on right now, guys. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to thank you all for showing up to, again, this is just an experiment because I wanted to see how YouTube Live works. So thanks y'all for popping in. Like I said, I didn't even really know this was available, but it's pretty cool. So I might, look for some, however I'll tweet them if I'm going to do it again, like during the middle of the day next week, someday next week. I'll send out a tweet. And I think if you follow me or subscribe to me on YouTube, I guess people are saying you also get an alert that I'm. So I may start doing that a couple times next week. Well, it's really nice to say I should do this again when I haven't really done anything intelligent here, but it was just an experiment. But anyway, I appreciate you guys popping in. And, again, so if you don't subscribe to my YouTube channel, subscribe, I think, and you'll get alerts when I go live. I'll also try to tweet it. CBI getting some volume after that little washout. But I appreciate everybody showing up. Yeah, it seems pretty delayed. I was watching that myself. It does seem pretty delayed. And I don't want to, it'll just be for midday recaps, maybe some random Q&As and stuff. But I can't shift over and shun my my chat room, the people that actually trade with me every day. But anyway, this is kind of cool. I didn't know this was available. So thanks for showing up. And I'm just going to tell everybody on YouTube that showed up, have a great weekend. I'm going to go ahead and probably kill this broadcast, and appreciate you guys helping me with the experiment. And hopefully see y'all next week. I don't even know. I don't know if it's recorded or not. If it is, I'll probably delete it anyway because I sound so stupid stammering around trying to figure it out. Maria, be nice. I know, though. I know. I get it. But sometimes I make some good trade ideas. I think they're more interested in that than they are to hear me babble. Anyway, guys, have a good weekend. I'm going to go ahead and stop the broadcast, and hope to see you guys next week on one of these.